Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome in. My name is Chris. I do videos on luxury handbag, shoes, fashion over 50, and fun stuff like that. So if that is something you are interested in, I would love it if you would subscribe. Today I'm going to be talking about belts. Now if you have seen my 2021 wish list video, and I'm going to link it right here, I was talking about belts. I have a beautiful Ferragamo belt that I've been wearing for a number of years. It is black, it has the big gold buckle on it, and I really like it. I like it so much that I decided I wanted to get another belt. And this one I wanted to be beige, like colored a little bit skinnier. So after looking at some options, I decided to go ahead with Ferragamo again because I really do like Ferragamo. I feel like the buckle is very classic. It's not going to date, and that is important to me because I feel like these are really investment pieces and I want to make sure I get a lot of wear out of it. So I did get my belt in, and I'm going to show it to you now. So this is going to be a little bit of a reveal, and it's also going to be a little bit of a tutorial because I'm going to show you how I cut my belt to fit. So if you are shopping for belts, you may get frustrated if your size is sold out, and that was what was happening to me. I was looking at all these websites. I don't have any Ferragamo boutiques near me, so it had to be done online. And all of them were size 100, and I'm not a size 100, and I'm thinking, well, why don't they make them in another size? And then, of course, it dawned on me that if you were in the boutique, they would just cut it to size when they sold it to you. So I thought, well, I can do that. I can cut my belt, and that's what I'm going to show you how to do today. So let's take a look at it first, real quickly. It comes in this cute little dust bag with Salvatore Ferragamo written on there. And here it is right here. So this is the Gancini, I believe it is called. And you can see that it is a beautiful sort of pinky nude color on one side and then black on the other. And it has two little colored belt loops right here. Now these are removable. There is this little piece right here that attaches it to the belt, but you can remove that if it gets annoying or if you want to move these belt loops back and forth. And then on the buckle itself, there is this little sort of slip cover thing. I think all of their belts come with this. So I'm just going to slip that right off. And you can see, maybe I'm going to slip it right off. There we go. Oh, I'm bringing the plastic with it. So I left the plastic here just so you could see how it was packaged, but obviously it's coming right off. So this plastic would have been on the buckle when you received it, and here it is right here. And as you can see, it is a beautiful silver buckle, nice and shiny. And I was really happy when I saw the silver because I wear lots of silver and white gold jewelry, as you can see. And so I thought it would really match well with my jewelry. So I had to size this belt, but I do want to go over it real quickly. It is a very, very soft leather, very pliable, very bendy, and it feels a little bit squishy to the touch. It has some pebbling in it, so it's sort of pebbled leather. Again, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, which is really different from my other one, which is just smooth leather. So this is more like what I would call a box leather, very smooth and stiff almost, but this one is not as stiff. You can see it just kind of flops a little bit, and it's really, really soft to the touch. So I do like that. And then, of course, to put it together, all you have to do is slide the end in, and you have a couple holes here to choose from, and so this little hook just goes in the holes right there. So it's a beautiful belt, and of course it is reversible, so you could wear it if you wanted to on the black side, and I may do that someday. Honestly, the other one is reversible too, but I hardly ever wear it on the brown side. It's a dark brown, and most of the time my accessories are black anyway, so I usually stick with the black. But I'm super excited about this belt. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how I went about cutting it. I did not really know what I was doing, to be honest with you, but I figured it can't be that difficult. But I do want to say that if you have a reversible belt, the buckle is meant to come off, and therefore it's really easy to cut it. If you buy a belt that is not reversible, it is likely that the buckle is bolted on somehow, and you may have to take it to a professional in order to get it sized, because I wouldn't want to fool around with any sort of hardware that is not removable. So I did want to say that before we take a look at how I actually cut the belt. Okay, so we are going to start with a look at the buckle. all reversible belts will have a removable buckle. So if you have a Ferragamo, what you need to do is simply pull this tab right here. It takes a little bit of muscle, but you will be able to get it off with not too much of a problem. And it will slide right off like that. Okay. So I do have my new belt here, and it also has these little belt loops. They're held on by putting this underneath the buckle clasp, and I'm going to take them off right now and put them out of the way so they don't get damaged. Okay. Now, in the meantime, I have my other Ferragamo right here, and as you can see, I have taken the buckle off of this one. So there's a couple things to consider when you are looking at the size of your belt, and a lot of it has to do with the buckle itself. As you can see, the gold one is quite a bit larger, and if you look at the end of the strap where the leather will end, and then you take a look at the hook that's going to hook into the belt holes, you can see that this one is about 2.5 inches, whereas the new one is a lot smaller, and the hook right here is only about 2 inches away from the end of the belt. So that is going to make a difference if I try to measure my belt by comparing it to the old one. So here's my old one right here. This one fits me perfectly. For the most part, I can wear it with lower cut or lower rise jeans, mid-rise jeans, and also high waist jeans, and I can wear it over a dress at my waistline. So that one is a good size for me, and I want to get this one to be an equivalent size. So the first thing I'm going to do is put them side by side and measure them out. Okay, so I have the two ends almost equal right here. The leather on this one's a lot stiffer, so it's just not laying quite as nicely as the other one. And then we go all the way up here, and you can see that my new belt is, oh gosh, a good 7-8 inches longer than this one. So if I wanted to size it, I could use this black one as a template and put it over like so, and then cut right around here if I wanted to. But I do have to take into account the fact that this is a bigger buckle with a wider space, and this is a smaller buckle. Another thing to consider are the actual holes that are in the belt. So if you look at this one, you can see that they're about 1 inch apart, and there are 5 of them. So that gives me about a 5-inch adjustment, whereas this one, they're only about 1/2 inch apart, and there are also 5 of them. So really, that's only about a 2-inch adjustment. Actually, I think my math was wrong on that. But in any case, you can see that I'm not going to be able to adjust this belt as much as I can adjust this belt. And that's another factor that I have to take into consideration when I am cutting this belt. Okay, so I have measured the old belt, and you can see that it's just about 35 inches. Now, I would think that that would be a good length for the new belt. However, I am taking into consideration the difference between the buckle in each of these so that I don't cut it too short. So what I have decided to do is cut it at 36 inches instead of 35 inches. And then if it is too long, I can go ahead and cut it again. Obviously, I can't add back if I make a mistake. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this new belt at 36 inches. Now, when you do this, remember that you are not cutting the end that has the holes in it, because if you do that, you're going to screw it all up. So you have to start at the measurement that you want at the end of the belt. That's where I'm putting my 36 inches, and I'm taking it all the way down here, and this is going to be the spot where I am going to cut. Next thing I'm going to do is mark the area with some painter's tape. It has a nice straight edge on it. Will make a nice guide for my cut. So I'm going to take the tape measure away, and I'm going to hold it up next to my old belt. And see, this old belt has a curve in it. So All right, so that's a little bit longer, and I think for now that's going to work. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is measure it again, because if you've ever heard the old adage, measure twice, cut once, it is a good one. So I'm going to go ahead and measure again and make sure that I haven't made a mistake, that it is actually 36 inches from the end to where my cut is going to be. Okay, so I have measured again, and it seems to be right on the money. So I'm going to go with this for now at 36 inches for this belt to see how that works for me. I feel pretty confident because I know that the other one is shorter, and I can always go shorter, just can't go longer. Okay, you can see I have done a couple preliminary cuts, so I've got a couple inches off of here. I tried it out with my buckle, and I decided I need to lose 1 more inch, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that now. And the trick is, I have learned, is just to keep cutting straight through without stopping. There we go. And that looks good. Okay, so now I have my cut, and I'm ready to put the buckle on. Okay, so here is the belt all cut and ready to go. I have put it on with these jeans here that are really a bit of a lower rise, but I have a short waist, so low rise on me is really just a little bit below my belly button. So I feel like this belt is a really good fit. It is nice and skinny. I love the color of it. The next thing I'm going to do is to make sure that I protect it with Carbon Pro, because I have a feeling that the light color rubbing up against dark jeans might be a problem. But other than that, I think it's really very pretty, and I just love how soft it feels. That was a surprise. I didn't think it was going to be so soft. So that's it for my little tutorial today. I hope it was helpful for you. And if it was, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions on anything, please leave them down below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate your support. And don't forget to subscribe. I will see you in my next video. Take care.